Hey traders, Jason here from Levitt Brothers. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of our current trades at Levitt Brothers. These are all on our trading list. Me personally, so I'm in some of these. I'm not in all of them. Just want to give an example of how we operate, types of setups we look for. What happened is the market's been really weak. It was trending lower. Traders start to panic last week. Some breadth indicators reached some extreme levels. Put call ratio jumped. The stage was set for a reversal, and that's what we're getting right now. As the market was falling, as some traders started to panic, some of the better looking charts actually started to firm up, put in higher lows, and have done pretty well. So let's go through some examples here, just to see, some trade examples. All right, here is ACMR. This one's been on our list a couple times going back a few months. You can see it moved up June or July, August, broke out, came back down, tested, and then moved up again. So we put it on our list over here with a target of 20, which was the previous high. Our intention was like, hey, let's play it up to 20, and then maybe if it consolidates there, does some backing and filling, maybe test some moving average, then we could play a breakout. Unfortunately, today, it went right through right through our target, and now it's coming back. So I consider the trade to be over, successful trade. But let's zoom in. Just showing you it doesn't do us any good. Let's zoom into this area over here and see about how we would enter such a trade. So here's a 60-minute chart with the RSI, MACD, and stochastics. So what I see here is, first of all, I see the stock breaks out here. Okay. I see we have a breakout on the RSI here. We have a positive divergence with the MACD histogram as this made a lower low there. So a lot of things are happening that line up where the stock is breaking out, the RSI is breaking out, positive divergence over here, and then we get a cross. And then while all this stuff is pretty much lined up, you have the stochastic is trending higher. So that's a really good buy right there as it's coming out of that low. Spends a day and it spends a little bit of time moving sideways, and then it moves up again. So this one was really good. Indicators worked well for it. As I said, our first target was 20, which got hit. It was close yesterday, got hit today. Now we sit back, let the stock do some backing and filling, and maybe we'll get another entry. Next up, BTU. Coal stocks have done really well. We haven't played a lot of them. The group isn't that big, and a lot of them don't trade a lot of volume, so I don't consider them to be easy to trade. This one, not too bad. We had placed it on our trading list as a buy over here for a move up, and then last week we placed it on our list again over here as a buy, not as a buy at the 21, but as this is an interesting chart that we think we can get a trade off. Our target was 26. It did indeed move up to 26. So let's zoom into this area here and see what our entry was. All right, so here is the hourly chart with the same indicators, RSI, MACD, and stochastic. What we have here is, this is something I look for a lot. So we have a breakout on the RSI, and then we have a little flag pattern that forms. Okay, I love little flag patterns on the RSI. Okay, so we get a breakout from the flag pattern here. The MACD crosses and starts to expand, and at the same time the stochastic is trending up. So all this is starting to take place, within a couple candles of each other. And then and you can see the stock came off a low, flagged sideways, and then broke out. So all this stuff is pretty much happening close to the same time. So that was a good bottoming play. And then we got our move up to 26, which was our target because that was the previous high. So nice short trade from a coal stock. Next up, Palantir. This one is a stock we've played several times this year. I don't want to say it's been our favorite, but it's something that we've played several times and made good money on. So generally speaking, a little bit of a sloppy pattern here. Resistance not perfect. We had first put it on the list over here. You can see it broke out at 16, but it came back down, so that ends up being a small loss. But then it firms up over here and then moves up from there. Our first target was 18, and our second target is 20, which was big fat whole number up near the high there. So first target was hit yesterday. Now the stock is resting today. It's only moved fractionally, and we're looking to, I consider the trade to be over because our target got hit, but we'll see if we get a little bit of a pause here, some backing and filling. Maybe we get some re-signals from the indicators, and then we'll be able to ride it again up to 20. So let's zoom in on the hourly chart. So here is the hourly chart. Once again, we get a breakout on the RSI and then a flag. Okay. And at the same time that's happening, so then we get a breakout on the flag. We get a cross from the MACD, and then the MACD starts to expand. And we get a cross from the stochastic, and that starts to expand. Meanwhile, Palantir moved off a low here. Not very good at drawing these trend lines. And then so bounced off a low, flag sideways, and then moved up from there. So really nice trade, 16 to 18. Now the stock's resting. I still think this thing goes into the 20s, up to 20. And if the entire market, if we have a bottom for the year or close to a bottom, even if we go down and test the bottom, do a double bottom, maybe take out the low and then rally. If the market does moderately well into the end of the year, I can see Palantir easily going to 20 and like up into the 20s. Not going to say it's going to rally huge, but it certainly could go into the 20s from here. Next up, SOXL. This is the semiconductor leverage ETF. A little bit of a higher risk one because the stock was pretty weak and trending down overall. So it was basing here, and I was just looking for, we were just looking for just a move up into this space. Maybe up to the 50-day moving average, maybe up to the bottom of the gap over here. Just figuring if the market had bottomed and was doing well, this stock's going to participate. You got a lot of big black volume bars over here, so it seems like some traders are stepping in. So let's zoom into this area and see what kind of entries we can get with our indicators. All right, so here is the 60-minute chart, same indicators. So first of all, the stock breaks out here. You can see that. RSI, we get a little breakout there. MACD, flat, but then it starts to expand. So what I see here is I see a breakout here on the price chart, a breakout here on the RSI, and then we get a definitive cross, and then it starts to expand. Like in here was just like cross up, cross down, cross up. Here we get a cross up and it starts to expand. So the combination of the stock breaking out, RSI breaking out, MACD expanding, meanwhile stochastic's trending up, all looks good. We get this one down day here where the MACD comes down and we get a kiss here and we get a cross here, and then it continues up. So not the greatest, okay? You don't always get the best signals with the leverage ETFs because they tend to be a little bit more chaotic, but not bad. Because the overall market was getting better, it became easier to enter this. Like if the market's trending down and we get these signals, that's maybe cause for hesitation. But with the entire market doing, firming up earlier this week, this was a decent entry. Last one, TSLL. This is the Tesla leveraged ETF. At times, this stock has held up really well, and at times it has, fallen more than the market. So I was looking at this little basing period here, resistance approximately 16.5. My first target was just over 18. Second target is a little bit higher, up near 20. Looking for, you got to move off of a low here, and you got several consolidation days here, and I was looking for a move through 16.5 and to fill this space here. You can see this is close to a live chart. It's not happening. We got a breakout yesterday and some backing and filling today. Got some good volume here. But nevertheless, let's zoom into this area here to see what the signals were. So here is the 60-minute chart. So we got a breakout here. It's good. We got a breakout from RSI. That's good. On the MACD, you get a move up, a move down, and then a move back up. So a combination of a breakout here on the RSI, this crosses back up. Meanwhile, the stochastic is trending up. All these are kind of lining up at the same time. This stock gaps up and does that and goes. Then we got a few days of sideways movement here. As you can see, a little bit frustrating because we got a gap down here, then it recovers, gap down here, then it recovers, and finally it breaks out this week. So this is still a great trade, okay? Not, when I say a trade is good or bad or great or terrible, I don't base that on the results. I base that on the actual setup. And in this case, stock looks really good. For it to come off a low, whoops, let me delete that. For it to come off a low here consolidate for a few days and get signals all through, throughout here, and then it moves up from there, that's a great trade. Our job is to get in and just play, and then just manage the trade. And if it does great, fantastic. If it doesn't do that well, that's fine too. We just take what we can get. But everything was looking good and nicely lined up, so that was a good trade. So overall, right now, we have some good trades after 2 months of, very few good trades to the long side, a lot of good trades to the short side. We're finally started to get some decent setups and end of last week and this week. I'm moderately optimistic that we can at least leg up again. I'm not going to make any guesses as far as whether the market has bottomed or not. I kind of would like there to be another, a double bottom or take out the low and, scare some people a little bit better. But we'll take it day by day, week by week. And as of right now, we've gotten some good trades off, and we'll continue to look for more. All right. Hope you got something out of this. We'll see you next time.